S'ak Pase. Thank you, Messi en Pile, for tuning in, and welcome again to the Haitian American Dream Podcast. I am your host, Sophie, aka Miss Royale. On this podcast, I discuss the beauty, the flaws, and all that Haitian culture is made up of. You can also be sure to find a little bit of history, a dash of comedy, and a major focus on the importance of mental health in our community. So go on ahead, pull up a chair, get comfy, and pour yourself a glass of Malta, cremas, cola champagne, or whatever your Haitian drink of choice is, and let's start the show. Welcome to episode 5 of the Haitian American Dream Podcast. Whoop whoop. Welcome once again. I'm so happy to have you all back. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you guys are ready for another awesome, amazing episode. So happy to have finally reached number 5. I feel like I should have actually been at number 5 a long time ago, but as I always say, there's a lot going on right now. I don't feel like saying everything that's happening in my life. I feel like at the end, it'll be better to just kind of be more of an inspirational story to people. But right now, just know I'm in the trenches, but I'm trying my best to get up out of the trenches. But in the meantime, I'm still going to keep creating content and putting out great vibes and inspirational words to everyone, because I think that's what my purpose is to create, educate, and entertain. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, even while I'm struggling and going through whatever it is that I'm going through. So that's why the episodes sometimes are slow. They don't come, but I have so much to tell you all. I'm really excited, but I don't know. I want to say it, but then I also don't want to say it. So I'm like, I think I'm gonna just hold it for now. But anyways, there's so many amazing things that have been in the works, and I'm truly beginning to see that 2018 is my year for all things greatness. Go bagay selman, big things popping, little things stopping. All right. So recently I've been working on a passion project. It was like a few weeks ago, 2 weekends ago, called Historical Haitian Women. It was a random idea that popped up while I was working on the podcast when I actually did episode 4 with the Haitian women in music, First Ladies of Compa. And I went forward with asking anyone who might be interested in helping me with the project. So I posted on Instagram, posted on the Haitian American Dream Podcast Instagram, my personal Instagram. And y'all, when I tell you God is so great and so amazing to have blessed me with amazing friends, I can't even express it more. I had 3 good friends from college who were like, yeah, like I'm down, I'll help you out. And then I had one friend from high school. Shout out to Jenny, whoop whoop. Another good creative friend of mine. But shout out to all of them, actually, like all the girls who helped me out. I don't want to say your name on the podcast if you don't want your name out there, but they are on my Instagram anyway. So, but I really just want to say thank you to you all for helping out. It was amazing. And I realized during that weekend, I was not stressed at all. Like I always say, there's a lot going on in my life right now, which, I don't want to reveal everything. But I find that when I'm creating, I'm so happy. Like I just feel this joy inside of me that I can't fully explain to anyone. But while I'm working on these projects that I really love and enjoy, I don't get tired. Like I literally, it's like, I forget the rapper's name, but he's like, I got 6 jobs. I don't get tired. That's literally how I feel when I'm creating. Like it's just this energy that I'm just like, woo. I don't know. That's how I know what I'm doing is what I'm supposed to be doing now. Because I didn't get this feeling when I would do other things. So now I'm starting to realize, okay, God, I see what you're doing. You put me through all this so I can get here to finally fully understand what my purpose is, what I should be doing. But let me not preach, because y'all know I can put down a good message, okay? Because when God, when he says to do what you need to do, that is what you need to do. Can I get a glory? Amen. All right, I'm done, y'all. So like I said, I have amazing things that are going on. I'm really excited, and let me see. I think I'm gonna just let y'all know. Let me see. But before that, okay, like I said about the Historical Haitian Women, y'all should definitely go check it out. It's on my Instagram. You can go to my personal Instagram, miss.royale. That's MISS.ROYALE, or you can go to Instagram at Fad Podcast. So it's THAD.podcast. PODCAST. So it's THAD.PODCAST. All right. So you know what? A little birdie on my shoulder told me that I guess I should just go ahead and tell y'all what it is. I hear y'all over there anxious in y'all seats, or maybe not. Y'all probably not really anxious, but still. Okay. So drum roll, please. wanted to save this for the last episode of this month, but well, I guess technically this will be the last episode of the month. Womp, womp, womp. I have some super exciting news. The Haitian American Dream is expanding. Number one, I just want to say one thing first. Is a major shout out to Creolicious for the a major shout out for Creolicious for the interview that she did with me a few months ago, actually, and she posted it on Creolicious.com, which is super dope. You guys should also go check that out. I don't know if I said that in the last episode. Did I say that? I don't remember. Okay, whatever. Regardless, the Haitian American Dream is starting to make small, not even waves, but small little bursts of energy out here in the world, and people are starting to notice and see the movement. I'm really excited because people from the Haitian community that I really respect, like from different podcasts, are starting to comment and be like, oh, I see what you're doing, whatever. Even though it might be not that many people, but still there are people who are noticing the efforts. And I've been doing this on my own for the last few months, but the Haitian American Dream is expanding. And one of my fellow creatives actually reached out to me about a few weeks ago, and we met up and we discussed how we wanted to collab. So the Haitian American Dream will now officially have a second host, and that's going to be happening in April. So I'm so excited, guys. Like, you don't even understand. Like, this is going to be so relieving, so alleviating, because now I get to not only, come from my perspective, now I get to hear someone else's perspective, and you guys also get to hear that. And I think it's always great because then we can actually have dialogue. Like, when it's just me talking, it can be kind of like, blah, 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 boring sometimes. But when you have someone else, it kind of adds that vibration where it's just like, okay, ideas are bouncing off of one another. So shout out to my homegirl Jenny, who also helped me with the Historical Haitian Women series. She will be joining us. She will be joining me on the podcast. I guess us would be myself and all of my listeners, whoop whoop, bestie and my sisters and whoever listens. So yes, Jenny will be the co-host. Well, will be co-host in the month of April. So look out for that, guys. I'm so excited. You don't even understand, because she is also super a proud Haitian, creative, and just out here lit. I've known her since freshman year of high school, so we've known each other for a while, but we reconnected in college a few times, and then recently throughout us both seeing each other trying to get our work out there and things of that nature. She's actually a model, y'all should go to her. You know what, I'm about to do a real quick free promo for my girl, because y'all, she's been doing these really gorgeous pictures on Instagram, and she shoots everything by herself and takes these dope pictures. And I'm just like, girl, you better go ahead and do that thing. So her Instagram name, she probably gonna be like, girl, why are you putting my name out here like this? Nah, she's not gonna mind though. All right, so y'all, I can't even find the girl's Instagram because I'm a mess. All right, so that's because she changed her name. I see you, girl. You better change your name. So her name is Beyond_Fly, and so it's BEYOND_FLYYY. So 3 Y's. You gotta slay, fly. Okay, I don't know if y'all know that song. I don't even remember the name of it. Okay, so Jenny, like I said, will be joining us in the month of April, and I'm so excited. So yeah, you guys stay tuned for that. All right, let's go ahead and take a quick break by our sponsored ad. Our sponsored company, HaitianMillennialsMeet.com, and and then we'll go back to the show.
Fellas, are you looking for a woman who knows how to pizzy your bun correctly and fry your grill just the way you like it with just enough spice in your pickles? Well, go ahead and come on to HaitianMillennialsMeet.com so that you can find the Haitian woman love of your life.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed the sponsored ad. So y'all remember how last week I had that same joke about HaitianMillennialsMeet.com. So tell me why there is really a dating app. And I was out here joking, and I'm scrolling through Instagram, and I'm like, da 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 da. Next thing you know, I look, and this thing says, rencontre. Yeah, I know my Creole is a little wreck, but there's really an app. I don't know if it's an app actually, but I'm going to give you guys the correct spelling. Make sure you tell them that I sent y'all, because they need to know that I'm out here advertising for them. Okay. So the name of the app is rencontrer or site, because I don't see, it's not an app, but anyway, so oh wait, I lied, it is an app. Oh, okay, so they have it on Apple Store and Google Play. So yes, I'm doing some free airtime for them because I thought it was super dope. I'm over here making jokes and they really got it. Wow, shame on me. Anyway, so it looks like it's been up for like 2 years now, since 2015, and the way it's spelled is RANKONTRE.com. Rencontrer, okay? Rencontrer. That is their website for you to find your Haitian love, your Tijan, your Timari, Marie-Rose, all them people. But if guys, like I said, if you're looking for a woman who knows how to make your grill just right and to pese your button, that is where you need to go. Rencontrer.com. All right. I'll make sure to tag them and everything so y'all can see, like, this is super dope. All right, I hope that you guys enjoyed that quick message from our sponsors. Now we're gonna move on to the Haitien de jour, so the Haitian of the day. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So today I'm going to be discussing Ms. Naina Bello, who is a historian, teacher, writer, and humanitarian worker. She spent most of her early career living and traveling in West Africa. Whoop, whoop, shout out to my West Africans. Naina was born in Haiti's capital of Port-au-Prince, but after completing her primary education, she moved to Liberia to live with her mother. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting this woman is, number one, I don't feel like I hear people talk about her that much, but I do see a lot of her work online. Like, she has a lot of videos. You can see like footage of her from back in the day. I want to say about, like, it looks like about the 90s, footage from the 90s, maybe 80s. I won't sit up here and lie, but I'm pretty sure. She has a lot of information where she, she's a historian, so she talks about a lot of history, but it's just like her delivery and everything is just very raw, very honest, and like she doesn't hold back. So I just feel like she's just super dope. And she started her professional career in 1969 here in the United States of America. She's been writing since like 1970, and she's just amazing. Like, I look up to women, especially like her, who, they tell the history, they write these books, they do all these great things that mostly men are doing, because usually, like, growing up, for me at least, I would always see male historians who are doing these things, or people who talk about male figures in the Haitian community or whatever community. Certain, every society, it's usually male dominated for the most part. I'm not gonna say everyone, because I don't know every country and every society, every culture, but yeah, she also writes apparently in, let me see, so it says she uncovered her passion for history and Arabic language as well, so she also knows how to read and speak Arabic, which is super dope. And so she also speaks many languages. She speaks French, and she actually taught French at the university. So eventually she worked as a publicist in the US and taught French in the evening as well. And she taught at a university and founded a primary and secondary bilingual school in her native land. She has gone to so many different places to teach. So she's an amazing humanitarian, teacher, historian, like I said. And she also has a foundation called Fondation Félicité. And so this foundation is basically just having Haitian men and women work together to understand their strength and how, basically coming together as two forces can help promote the cultural vision in order to enhance the educational system. So most of this information came from lesproductionsyd.com, and that's where you can find actually some more history about different people as well. All right, so there's a song that I have been meaning to make the music magic section for the longest, and I finally have decided I will go along and play the song for y'all. Now, I don't want y'all to get too excited because this song is a little rashy, if you know what I mean. Now, the thing that I really like and enjoy is that I've been hearing like a lot of new like Haitian music, a lot of compa is like starting to be more like, real diversified. Like, they're not doing the same exact thing they used to do. And so this song in particular, it has like this real like kind of like, it has a little African beat to it and whatnot, and I'm starting to notice like a lot of, well, not really African beat necessarily, but it's just like, it has a different vibe. But y'all, when I tell you when did this video come out? Let me see. I don't see when it came out. But last year. So like a few months ago, I remember seeing it. I was like, what is happening? Like, I joke about the songs from back in the day and how like they used to be pretty dirty too. But y'all, when I tell you this video, I'm not even gonna explain it. But when y'all see it and when y'all hear the song, you're gonna be like, what is going on in the compa world? I love it though. It's fun. But anyways, the song is by Rudy Rude Boy and it's called Lobe. So if you have not heard it yet, it's on Spotify, Play Music, Deezer, and on YouTube. Check it out, y'all. Lobe. If you know what lobe means, listen, that's what I'm gonna say. Let me play a clip for y'all. Okay, so it does have a little African vibe to it. All right, so listen, y'all. There's only one. Y'all gotta watch this video. Lord Jesus. Hey. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, y'all, I can't watch the rest of this video. But so the song, like I said, is called Lobe by Rudy Rude Boy, and it's a lit song. Don't get me wrong. Like, this will be good at a nice little compa event. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check him out. It's spelled, let me see. So it's Roody, Rude Boy, Lobe. Make sure y'all go ahead and check that out and tell me what you think about it. Please, everyone, don't try. If I don't know if y'all married or you have your little mans and girls. Please don't listen to this song when you're intoxicated. I don't want to hear that I'm the marin of anyone's petit or anything like that. Don't get enceinte and pregnant and all that stuff. Please, okay? Take it easy. Use protection if you're gonna listen to this song because it's rushing. But anyway, so that's that.
Ladies, are you sick and tired of dealing with Jamal or Josh? How about you be down to HaitianMillennialsMeet.com to find your Tijan, the love of your life, the man who knows just how to put that guyad right in the middle, right at the right spot, and turn it right around for you. Ladies, don't you wait. Come on down to HaitianMillennialsMeet.com.
All right, it's now time for Click Clock. All right, so you guys already know what time it is. This is our mental health check-in, our mental health section, whatever it is that you want to call it or remember it as. And today we're going to be talking about unsupportive parents. Now, I know that in the Haitian community, the African American community in general, like just a lot of Black people in general, a lot of us may have grown up with parents who may have been very unsupportive or perhaps even emotionally detached. Now, let me stop and say it's not everyone. And as a matter of fact, it may not even be the majority of them. But it happens so often that a lot of us connect and discuss that from time to time. Now, as far as being unsupportive, I know that for myself and my siblings, I will say I don't feel that we ever were, I don't ever think that we were really unsupported necessarily. But I do remember kind of feeling like a lot of times my parents could be a little emotionally detached, so to speak. And I don't think that's necessarily them as people. I do believe it's a cultural thing in a lot of different immigrant communities. Oftentimes when we come here or when our parents come here, it's just focused on work, school, do this so that you can survive. So this reminds me of when I first began the podcast talking about what do you guys think the Haitian American dream is? And a lot of people responded. For some, it was just survival. It wasn't about trying to thrive. It was just trying to survive. And I was discussing how I want us to get out of that mindset. I want us to learn how to thrive and to really exceed the expectations that not only the so-called enemy has for us, but also to exceed the expectation that we have of ourselves. Because I feel like a lot of times we don't even see ourselves as being these great people, which is why we end up in this cycle of just kind of accepting life for what it is. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go straight into what I want to talk about. Unsupportive parents. Now, y'all know I'm all about the psychology and all that great stuff, and Now, as far as unsupportive parents go, when I'm talking about that, what I really mean is a lot of times from stories that I've heard through friends, people online, their parents pressured them a lot to go to school, to go to college. And there's some of us who college is simply not meant for us. School's not meant for us. It is what it is. C'est la vie. That's it. Such is life. But I find that I hear a lot of stories where people are like, oh, my parents forced me to go to nursing school, to be a doctor. They wanted me to be a lawyer. They wanted me to do this. They wanted me to do that. Da, 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 da. And a lot of times it comes from a great place, great intentions, but it even comes down to a point where like parents will disown their child or not speak to them for a long time or ever because the child decided, no, I'm going to go to school for something different. And the funny thing is, a lot of Haitian parents don't even really financially support their children when they get out of the house. Depending on, everyone's situation is different. But that's why I find it funny where it's like, how are you going to tell people to not do how are you going to tell someone to do a certain major in college, but you're not even supporting them to pay for the college? But let me not even go into that because that's a different topic. And I know Jenny and I plan on discussing something similar. So I'm not even going to do that. But one thing I do want to talk about before I truly go into the unsupportiveness. I would just, because a lot of you guys may have already experienced this, you may already understand that feeling of parents not supporting your decision with your major, or for perhaps the person that you're in love with, whomever it might be, how they dress, how they appear, whatever. I want to talk about some of the consequences of having an emotionally detached parent or an unsupportive parent. And according to Psych Central, I have a blog post here on psychcentral.com that's called 7 Consequences of Having an Emotionally Detached Parent. And I want to just go through some of the things that I saw. So having an emotionally detached parent, especially, I'm speaking to my Haitian people because some of us may not be aware of this, but that can cause you to have effects in your adult relationships. A lot of our childhood issues can affect our relationships in the future and how we interact with other people later in life. So say, for example, if you were loved and cared on appropriately, you'll most likely exhibit those same traits as an adult, and you will most likely look for those types of people. You will attract those same people because that's what you're used to. So depending on what it is you saw as a child, most likely that's what you might experience as an adult. Of course, unless you find a way to work on that and you try to, get therapy, or even if it's just talking to people or just having, doing self-work and like learning who you are, learning what you need in order to heal from the trauma of your childhood. Number 2, you can also have fear of attachment and love. And the first thing they say is children who have developed under an emotionally void parent will most likely develop into teenager and adult who struggles to emotionally attach to others and receive or demonstrate love. So think about how a lot of times, I know for me, I'm not going to put all my family's business out there, but my parents did separate when I was 11 years old. And after that time, I was mostly living with my mother, and we had moved to a lot of different states or whatever. But there were times before that when they were still together where my mother would sometimes lash out, and it'd just kind of be like, dang girl, why are you tripping? And not even just her, like just seeing other Haitian parents in general, not thinking about, okay, they're under all this stress. They're trying to raise kids in America and do all these different things. So I get it. They're stressed, right? But a lot of that has an effect on us now that we're adults. So a lot of us may be afraid of attachment, commitment, love, all these different things, which can also cause us to end up in these really negative situations, negative relationships, where unfortunately a lot of times those who are not used to receiving love may go trying to look for it anywhere, right? And they may be neglected even more. They may be abused physically, emotionally, sexually, all these different things. So if you feel like you have a fear of attachment, and I know some people would joke, oh, I fear commitment, and I don't trust nobody. Like that might actually be a sign that you have some things to work on and you need to clean up in your life, because it's not necessarily safe to trust any and everybody, but there should be some people in your life that you can trust. So when I hear people saying things like that, including myself, I realize, oh no, there's some work that needs to be done. It's time to clean up house. All right. Number 3 on this list. So borderline and narcissistic personality traits. So narcissism is basically when someone is so into themselves and only focused on themselves, and they don't really care about other people. Very self-centered, overly confident, and very arrogant. Ooh, Lord, this reminds me of somebody I used to talk to in college. Jesus. Anyways, if you know me, you probably know who I'm talking about. But moving on. So people who are overly confident or overly arrogant can basically destabilize the household and many relationships, because when you're only focused on yourself, you're never focusing on other people or caring how you're affecting them. That can cause issues in relationships and families and things of that nature. And that's another thing that can happen basically when you come from a home where people are emotionally detached, especially your parent. Number 4, selfishness is something else that can happen as a result. Substance abuse. So number 4, selfishness. Number 5, substance abuse, dependency. A lot of people don't know how to cope with their feelings, especially if their parents didn't teach them. And if their parents were emotionally detached, how were their parents supposed to teach them? So some people end up depending on drugs, alcohol, whatever the case might be. So these are, very negative things that can take place. Number 6, lack of identity and direction. So the first line in this one says, a former adolescent female client once asked me the following question almost every individual session we would have. How do you know what kind of relationship you should have if all the relationships in your life have been abusive or exploitive in some way? So what the person who wrote the article said was, I would always respond by highlighting the importance of having a strong foundation of morals and identity. So once you begin to establish who you are, what it is that you believe in, what you think is right, what you think is wrong, and you really believe who you are, this, that's when you can begin to develop strong and more positive relationships. So dealing with parents who may have been emotionally detached, a lot of us may not really know who we are. We may not really have direction. A lot of us were just born and raised, for the most part, at least from my experience, born and raised in the church. So all we know is this: you do it that way. If you don't do it that way, you're completely wrong. You never really get a chance to explore yourself and really understand who you are as a person. Granted, like I said, a lot of us in the Haitian community maybe have raised in the church, a Catholic church, Protestant, whatever, what have you. So maybe we never really got the chance to really look into ourselves and be like, so for example, who is Sophie? What is Sophie like? Does Sophie like this? Does Sophie want to eat this food? We don't get that experience. It's just kind of in your face, take it how it is, take it or leave it. And once you grow up and you begin to kind of oppose these things, your parents kind of look at you like, ou konen se grandet ou son gros bae, comme si, God figure, but who something want proving devam comme ça. So Haitians start looking at you kind of like, what are you doing? Like, you think you somebody now, or you 25, grand mounier, a teenager yet toujours, like you're still a teenager. So unfortunately, these are some of the things that a lot of us might experience. Number 7 is loss of hope, faith, and joy. So the first line here says, for many adults who were raised under an emotionally void parent, there's a deep feeling of loss and grief. So they kind of feel like they never really got to experience having, I guess, a real parent necessarily. So what the person who wrote this says, the loss of a parent who is still living and breathing can seem like the most tragic experience, because think about the person is here, they're alive, but you can't really access them because you don't really know how to approach them. You don't really know how to talk to them and really get in touch with them emotionally. In a sense, it's like someone passed, but they're still alive. Those are some of the ways that you can be negatively impacted by having an emotionally detached parent. So like I said, the reason why I brought that up is because I feel like a lot of us may have dealt with that, especially in the Haitian community. So I'm not telling you how to go, tell your parents like, oh, look what you did. But I just want to give you guys some facts about why you may be going through what you're going through as an adult, especially coming from our community. So let's see. There are some more things that I want to go ahead and give you all. So different parenting styles can basically, cause these different issues in people's childhood. According to independent.co.uk, they have this one article that is titled, Overly Controlling Parents Cause Their Children Lifelong Psychological Damage. Yes, I know. So this is not just for our community, but just in general. Like I said, it goes from different Caribbean households to African households to African American households, where you're being pressured to do this or to do that. And if for example, you're like, oh no, I want to be a photographer, or I want to be an actress, or I want to be a writer, parents will look at you like, okay, so are you going to make money? And unless you're able to bring in some type of real big income, they're looking at you like you're crazy. And of course they like to show off as well. So it's like, sometimes it's not even really about you. It's more about them trying to be like, oh, look what I did. Look what I accomplished, as opposed to look what my child accomplished. And that's a whole different story. So some of the theories from this study basically are saying there's something called slow parenting, which allows children to go at their own pace with little control over what they take an interest in or what they do. And then there's another style called helicopter parenting. I think we all can already know what this means. So this is someone who's always hovering over their children and just trying to make sure they know everything that's going on, and they basically just make sure they have everything lined up for their child to have this, to do this after school. They're basically just overly involved in their child's life. And then there's the Tiger Mom, which I've heard this one before, or Tiger Mom, originated in a 2011 book by Chinese American author Amy Chua about a traditional strict approach to motherhood that gets results in terms of grades and extracurricular achievement. So it's basically someone who is extremely into making sure that their child is doing extremely well as far as academics go, which is another thing which I've heard my friends and I will joke about, parents looking at your grades like, oh, it marks out fair, you couldn't do better, you couldn't get a 105 instead of a 100. That's just another example of how there's different types of parenting styles, which is understandable, especially if we come from these different cultures and different areas of the world. Of course, people are going to be different. There's nothing wrong with that, but the only thing that is wrong with it is when it begins to negatively impact your children or your family. And with that being said, that's why I feel like it's important for those of you who are young parents now, or not young, but I guess around my age. Anyway, so those who are around, age 23, 24, your 20s, you're just having kids. I just want to share this so that you guys can understand. I know that we're more Americanized and kind of think differently from our parents, but we still have that layer of Haitianness to us, which is no problem. For life, that's not going to go anywhere. But being so over involved in your children's lives can really be psychologically damaging. And I just want to spread that message to you all so that as you're raising your kids, you can try to, implement different ways of thinking. Don't try to be exactly like your parents necessarily and be like, oh, well, my parents this is what they did, so I'm gonna do it too. Try to think differently, try to explore these different options. There are different parenting styles. Like, and another thing, like, for example, I was watching, was it the Mademoiselle, her YouTube page, and she had a video talking about, like, corporal punishment, aka spanking or baton. She was talking about how, like, we really need to go away with that because it really is psychologically damaging. And of course, a lot of people, including myself, used to be like, oh, well, I came out fine, I'm good. But when you really think about it, why should you have to put your hand on a child just to inform them about a decision they should make? And that's another topic Jenny and I plan on. So I'm not even going to go all the way in on it, but there's a lot of things I want to talk about as far as that goes. Another article that I found in regards to the pressure from parents is on psychologytoday.com. And this was written in okay. So basically it's saying that some experts believe that they contribute to the development of psychological problems in their children by overprotecting them and keeping them from learning how to cope with adversity. So parents who are extremely intrusive can cause anxiety in kids because it's this message in your head that you're fragile and need continuing help. So a lot of us end up having an anxiety when we're older because our parents are always like hovering over us like, oh, well, did you do it this way? You need to do it that way. So overall, a lot of psychological studies indicate that this can be very negative. It can have a very negative impact on us, even though it may come from a good place, like I already said, but at the same time, it can still be very detrimental. So like I said, my message to you all is just, if you have kids now and you're, they're getting older, whatever the case might be, even at whatever age they might be right now, 5, 6, try to be more, not lenient, but try to find a different approach when it comes to parenting. Don't let it be this constant, like, I'm jumping down their throat. They need to do this. They need to do that. You don't have to be so authoritarian. You can back off a little bit. And I'm not even saying be their friends. You don't need to be. Like, that's, you're their parent. But at the same time, there are ways to go about it. And if you feel like you don't have the resources for it, you can always go online. We go online for everything. So I don't see what the difference is to go online if you feel like you want to learn about different parenting styles. I'm 100% sure somebody has a YouTube page, some tutorial, or there's some podcast that talks about parenting. Trust me, you will find it. And if you can't find it, I'll find it for you. So with that being said, just want you guys to keep that in mind, that there are negative impacts to the way most of us were raised, with being, constantly told that you have to do it this way, and if you don't do it that way, then will be called égaré or estupide real quick. And I just really want us to get to more of a positive place where a lot of us don't grow up ending up with different psychological issues and things of that nature. So that is our section of Quick Crack, and I hope that you all enjoyed. Please make sure you leave feedback, let me know, and of course, as always, other things that you would like to hear spoken about. And once again, like I said, in April we will be joining in April. Jenny, one of my good friends, will be joining me, and we will have a co-host on the Haitian American Dream, so make sure you stay tuned. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to Sophie's Corner of Wisdom. Okay, so I don't know if I feel like some of my stuff is kind of repeated because I'm like a quote-unquote inspirational blogger and whatnot. So what I'm going to say for today, I'm trying to make these as quick as possible every week, quick. Okay, what I'm going to say is just try. A lot of times we get afraid of some of our ideas, or like, even for example, if you're in class and you want to answer something, but you think it's not the correct answer, just try. Give yourself more opportunities and more chances. A lot of times we complain that no one is giving us a chance. No one is letting us in. No one is opening the door for us. No one is holding the door for us. This is not happening, but we are not even trying. So just try, okay? Just do something. It doesn't matter. Well, sometimes it doesn't matter, but I will say it doesn't matter exactly what direction you go in, but you need to try something in order for something to work. You can't just assume that, oh, all these ideas and all these things in my head are going to work. And I'm also, like I always say, I'm speaking to myself the most. But if it affects you and it touches you in some way, please let me know. I would love to know. But I really do hope it not only helps me, but it helps you. So just try. You literally never know. Like Dr. Seuss says, oh, the places you can go, or something like that. Oh, the places you'll go. Okay. Ou pa jam konen koto ka ye, like ou pa jam konen na ki, ou pa jam konen ki jan bon Dieu a béni ou, ok? Là commencer marcher, bon Dieu a dit bon, moun sa son moun ki bezwen on bagay. Comprendre moi? So like, sorry, I had to go into my career real quick, but you never know, like, once you take action, God can be like, okay, now this is somebody who is really trying to be blessed, and I'm ready to bless them. So with that being said, pick up that pen, pick up that book, pick up that mic, start rapping, start doing your poetry, start doing what you need to do. Pick up that pen, start studying, pick up that book, open it, read it, turn off YouTube and Instagram and all that. Go study your craft, do what you need to do, graduate, get them A's, do what you need to do. 2018 is our year. It be that sad. Alrighty, so I hope that you all enjoyed this episode and that you guys tune in for more. Holla at me, leave feedback, do all that. Check out the podcast on Instagram, thad.podcast, thad.podcast. You can also follow my personal page. I have nothing to hide, miss.royale. Holla at y'all.